take it with a grain of salt. It means don't take it too seriously. Or to consider or evaluate something such as a statement with the understanding that it may not be completely true or accurate, typically due to the unreliability of the source. For example, I heard that you can get a free movie ticket if you wear red, but Kevin told me that, so I am going to take it with a grain of salt.
Point number one. When you hear someone longing for the good old days, take it with a grain of salt. Take it with a grain of salt.
So
take it with a grain of salt.
Yes, take it with a grain of salt.
And Fernando, my fiance, who is the most wonderful man I've ever met in my life, and so I just had to take it with a grain of salt and say, I know that that's not true and it's not real, and I know how harmful it can be.
I'm probably being pretty hard on myself right now, but take it with a grain of salt.
Right? So everything I'm going to share with you now with regard to the state of this research, I want you to really hold take it with a grain of salt. And I'm coming to you as a mindfulness researcher. I'm obviously very committed to this topic.
When my neighbor asks me for gardening advice, this is what I tell her. If I say, hey, yeah, don't plant tomatoes and potatoes together. But, take it with a grain of salt. I'm just an amateur gardener.
And, it's something that I go in there and yes, I take some of that and I take it with a grain of salt. Where's it coming from? And
I will say for me personally, anything I hear from Kim Jong-un or North Korea, I take it with a grain of salt, right? We've seen talks in the past advance, then fall through.
As a disclaimer, since I'm an academic, that's one way to rationalize it. Of course, people might tell you other stories, so take it with a grain of salt, but the main thing is don't be afraid of companies with losses, all right?
And so, a lot of these questions are unanswered, and a lot of the answers that we think we do have are sort of tentative, and, so take it with a grain of salt. And when we think about, why is it that research in these areas has sort of struggled to take off, I think one of the reasons is the very personal nature of finding meaning in life.